Hastinapur, the throne was to be taken over. There was rivalry between the two groups, the Kauravas and the Pandavas. The chapter doesn't deal with the religious story of Mahabharata, but it deals with the caste, with the kinship and with the class at that time. Hello students, yesterday we discussed about the introductory part, about the first beginning topics of your chapter number 3 of ancient period, and we were discussing about the different occupations, about the different class, about the different castes that appeared. We are discussing all these things based upon the Dharma Sutras, the Dharma Shastras, the Puranas, Manusmriti, Rig Veda and the other literary works of that time. Because we cannot totally depend on the other sources, we have to depend on the written sources. I also told you that the actual work on Mahabharata that started in 1919 when a committee was formed, when an organization was made and a team was made to critically examine the story of Mahabharata and the political and the economic and the social condition of that time. So we continue it with the system of Gotras and the rules of marriages, because at that time marriage was considered to be a very big obligation on the family and the parents were very much aware about this ceremony of the children. Correct? So although in the different textual evidences means the written evidences, although we get the evidence of 8 types of marriages prevalent at that time, but mainly there were 4 types of marriages. This question you get in board examination. The different type of marriages available or prevalent, right word is prevalent at that time, were endogamy, exogamy, polygamy and polyandry. Although 8 types, but these 4 were very, very common. Endogamy was a system of marriage in which a girl or a boy was married to his or her particular unit. Means the unit where they belong. Like today we normally, not very commonly, but normally we see the marriages, they take place within the particular clan. So endogamy stretched upon marrying the children in a particular unit. Exogamy comprised of marrying the children outside the group, means in some other group other than our own clan. That was called exogamy. Then polygamy, it meant that a girl was married to many boys. That was polygamy. It was considered to be a social evil in India after some time. A girl, and then polyandry, a girl having many husbands. Polygamy, one man having many wives. Polygamy. Polyandry, one girl having many husbands. So these 2 were considered to be the social evils later on, against which you must have read in your junior classes. Raja Ram Mohan Roy and other reformers, they fought against polyandry and polygamy. Both means many marriages were allowed. Correct? So among 8, these 4 type of marriages were prevalent at that time. Then we come to the system of Gotras according to the Vedic seer. According to the Vedic evidences, there were code of social behaviors. And the code of the social behaviors were, like we discussed yesterday about the Brahmanas. They were considered to be pure. Pure means that they performed the ritual ceremonies. They performed the rituals everywhere. So they were considered to be pure. And for the other, like Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras, there were certain codes of social behavior according to our Vedic norms, according to our Vedic evidences. So the Dharma Shastras and Dharma Sutras, they also laid down some codes of the social behavior, like for example the system of the Gotras. Even today we see in certain clans, it is taken care of the Gotra. It means a large lineage of the same blood group. A big lineage means a hereditary system, a big lineage of the people who belong to the same Gotra or the same clan, same group. And it was, according to the code of social behavior, it was necessary for a girl that before marriage she will attain the Gotra of her father, and after her marriage she will attain the Gotra of her husband. So this was the system of Gotra at that time. Again, it was a male domination. If we see the gender behavior, if we see the division of labor, the division of occupation according to gender, there also we see that there was male domination. Correct? There was rise of the Satvahana rulers. This is an exception actually, because in Gotra system I told you that male domination. Before marriage the girl will have the Gotra of the father, and after marriage she will attain the Gotra of her husband. But these Satvahana rulers, they gave importance to their mothers, and instead they adopted the Gotra of their mother. For example, we come across an example of the Satvahana king Gautami Putra Shatkarni. Shatkarni the king, Gautami Putra, Gautami was his mother. So Gautami Putra Shatkarni, etc. So they gave importance to it. So there was a question, was mother important? Although the genderic diversion, genderic differences were there, but was mother important? So we are in dilemma, because in certain textual evidences we come through that it was a male domination and women were supposed to remain in the four walls of the house, and they were not freely allowed to move in the public affairs. But in certain other writings we come across about these Satvahana rulers and attaining the Gotra of their mothers. Like I gave you the example of Gautami Putra Shatkarni. Correct? So these were the classes, these were the Shrenis or the different types of classes that were emerging in the society. Then when we talk of occupations at that time, a number of occupations occurred. Actually in the textual evidences also, we come across Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, the four Varnas, about which I told you that previously they were decided according to the occupation. Whatever occupation was adopted by a person, the person belonged to the same caste. Correct? Preaching or teaching, Brahmin, etc. We discussed it in the previous lecture. So this was occupational differences occurred. Social differences in according to the occupation occurred. We come across the examples of goldsmiths. We come across the examples of the nishads. We come across the examples of untouchables. Because Shudras in the beginning, they used to serve the upper three classes, but later they were called as untouchables. As far as Kshatriyas were concerned, I told you that among the Kshatriyas there were soldiers and there were kings. But in the textual evidences we come across the non-Kshatriya rulers also. Means not only Kshatriya rulers were there, but there were non-Kshatriya rulers also. Correct? We come across the Shakas, and among the Shakas there was a very famous ruler called Rudradaman. You have read about it in your previous classes. Raja Rudradaman rescuing his princess Madalsa from the captivity of the demons. You have read about this story. So Rudradaman, he was a non-Kshatriya ruler. And then we also get the evidences of jatis, that is many people, they turned towards the forests, as we discussed in the previous lectures, and they became forest dwellers. And among them there was a group of nishads and there was a group of malech. Malech word is also noticed in the Buddhist text also. In the Buddhist text, these words they come across. Correct? Then there was another group, according to the Buddhist text, there was another group of a group of society, or you can say those who used to live outside the town, and before they entered the town they had to clap. Because why clapping? So that the people of the other caste, they would hide themselves and they would not come across them. Correct? So this was the class of Chandals, and actually they were considered to be impure. As I told you, for the Brahmanas, the pure word was used as they did religious rituals, but for them It was impure because they buried the dead bodies, they disposed of the dead bodies, they wore the clothes of the dead, and they dwelled upon all this occupation, only burying the dead and disposing the dead bodies. So they were considered to be impure. And even in the Buddhist Bodhisattva, that is Buddhist text also, we get this story. In one of the legend that tell us about the Pandavas, that the Pandavas, when they were living in the forest, at night they all were sleeping, only Bhima, the second one. In English we add a word after every name, Rama, Krishna, Bhima, but Bhim in Hindi. So only Bhima was awakened, and a Rakshasa means a demon, Rakshas. He sent his daughter Hidimba because he had the scent of Pandavas. Hidimba, she dressed herself in the dress of a maiden. She changed her attire, changed her gesture, and she went in the form of a maiden, and she proposed Bhima. But Bhima was not ready to marry her. So immediately the Rakshasa came and he challenged Bhima that let us have a wrestling game, wrestling competition. Bhima was ready. Bhima and the Rakshas, they had a wrestling, and obviously Bhima was victorious and the Rakshasa was killed. Then all the Pandavas, they were awakened, they came out. Kunti was there, and Hidimba prayed Kunti that, Kunti, you are a very good lady, and let me marry your Bhima, and because I liked him very much. He is a lion-like husband, lion-like. So Yudhishthira, finally Yudhishthira, the eldest one, he agreed, but there was a condition that you can roam here and there anywhere you want, but at night Bhima have to return to them. So anyhow, they gave birth to a son called Ghatotkacha. After that, Ghatotkacha and Hidimba, they left Bhima, and Ghatotkacha promised Pandavas that whenever you will be needing me, I will be there. And you know, when the Mahabharata war was there, Ghatotkacha was there in favor of the Pandavas. So these legends are there in between in the different textual evidences we come through. So these type of evidences are also there at that time. So these are also included in the social system or social behaviors at that time. Correct? Although we cannot depend on them totally, because these Rakshas, demons, we do not believe today, but they are there in our legends, they are there in our textual evidences. Tomorrow we will proceed this topic further. We will see, according to Buddhism, according to the Bodhisattva, what was the place of the Chandals, what was the place of the other social categories. We will discuss it further. Till then, a very goodbye. Go through your pages 69, 70, 71 and on, and prepare your notes on these topics. Goodbye.